I'm here. Hello, everybody. Um, well, I well, good morning, good evening, good afternoon to my 123 amazing subscribers. If it's your first time here, welcome to the Krakens Lair Comics. If you're a subscriber, I love each and every one of you. Uh, I remember I was so happy when I got above 20 subscribers. So being at 123, that's awesome. Uh, it's nice to know people are watching. If you like my janky little video, leave a comment. Like any comment. Hey, just watched it. Hey, you suck. You know, something. It's nice to know that people are engaged. This is now, again, a post live unboxing because I did a live unboxing and I I struggle with technology, man. I really do. I think the robots are out to get me. But that's cool because like I fight for the humans, so I fight back. I'm not down with it. I'm not into it. I know there's people that are, and for those that can like in a savvy way navigate technology to do like really cool stuff because I'm very artistic. You know, um, I paint, I draw, I play guitar. I'm very artistic, but just when it comes to like 100 1000, like I'm just not there, man. I kind of missed the boat on that. But post live unboxing. Uh, I'll show you guys a couple things. Um, to Barbarian Kung Fu, who, oh, I know this is a new setting. I'm actually working on a new room of the Kraken's lair because there are many. And this is going to be like sort of set up like an English study. Not that anybody cares, but the fact that my background is like kind of in disarray or whatever explains that. Um, as I'm trying to organize this room, I had to move some stuff into the Egyptian room to go through to dispose of too much stuff and items and whatnot to make this happen. But I thought it'd be fun to change it up. And as cluttered as this looks, right now the Egyptian library is even more cluttered. So we're just going to go with this. So I showed a couple of these. Uh, well, I think two copies of issue one of this, like a cover A and a cover B. I love Creature from the Black Lagoon. I have a model that's awesome that I made. Well, I bought it, the model, but put it together and painted it, and it's sick. I love it. I'm not gonna go dig it out, but anyway. So this is the same thing. This Creature of the Black Lagoon Lives issue 2. I'm not sure which is. Okay, this has got to be it. This has got to be cover 1. Chris from the Wheel of Comics like sort of did a tutorial video about how to read barcodes to where like first print, second print, or whatever. So I see this ends in 1-1, and we'll show this. I can't see my screen, so I don't know how much this is showing up. So I'm just gonna like keep doing this. Hopefully it will capture the entire comic book because I can't see what I'm doing. Because if I can actually see what I'm doing, the image is going to be backwards. So I'm trying not to do that. I also don't do the camera this way anymore because Chance Acting Demo and Al Hardy like, I guess depending on how you're viewing this, they're like, oh no, there's like this just blackness on the sides, and you got to do it this way, and so okay, go. So now to the barcode where that one ended in 11, this one ends in 2-1. So that clues me in that this is uh, a second cover of this book. Once again, like, I'm hoping this is showing up, man. I really do. You know, I can't even like get like too close because I don't know what is showing up on the screen. But Barbarian Kung Fu, you get it. It is Creature from the Black Lagoon Lives, and I do really love both these covers. They're really different, and that's kind of fun. Now, when I did the live unboxing, and as I like monsters, I had stumbled. I think this came out in 2015. It's Ghost Racers Battle World. And I was like, yeah, man. Like, it seems like it's like a Ghost Rider thing. And I love Ghost Rider. That's issue 1. This is issue 2. Really love that cover. That menacing face in the background. And it looks like, I mean, you know, like it could be like, I mean, there's some like new Ghost Riders, but like there's like the Western guy. And, you know, I've got all those issues if you've watched my videos, and you should be watching every one of my videos. I've got that like, you know, in a 7.0. You know, it looks like this guy's driving a motorcycle with a chainsaw blade on the front. Like, that's kind of cool. I like that. That's interesting. Um, this guy looks almost like he's driving like a cannon. You know, a flying cannon. That's kind of cool. I like that. So I was like, Ghost Racers, yeah, man. Well, so that's 4. So here's 3. That's pretty cool. Kind of like that. And then, you know, here's the dude like the sort of metal skull helmet faceplate thing. Kind of like that. Here's issue number 4. Let's say this one. So I was really excited about the Ghost Racers. I don't buy too many modern comic books. I just don't, you know, because it seems like it goes along 2 lines. I mean, one, just a modern comic book off the rip is like $5. If you're not buying it from a comic book shop, and now you've got shipping, you know, throw another $5 on. I was like, I'm paying $10 for like a comic that just came out. Like, and then if I'm buying multiple of those, I'm like, well, what can I do? You know, with the $50 or the $100 or whatever, how much that adds up to. So I'm like, nah, that's not for me. So I bought this as a lot. It was like $14.99 in a reasonable shipping charge. You know, $3.99 or something. I reached out to the seller and asked for a deal. I think his original price was he was wanting 20 something, you know, plus shipping. So I was like, yeah, man, $14.99. It's like I know all these cover prices are $4 a piece for all 4 books. Cool, let's do this. Now, tips and advice for new collectors. Whenever you get a comic book from wherever, eBay, Facebook Marketplace, Instagram, your trusted seller at the comic book con. Look at your books. Because also it's probably look pretty good. I know the light level's like kind of low here, so it would be easy to miss it. But I'm gonna pull this one out and see if I can actually show you. Once the gloss of the comic book bag is not masking it, there's literally indentation, claw marks. What's that? I can't see this. I don't know if it's showing up. And if it's not, but like there is literally a claw mark. Well, a couple of them, because it was a paw that like it's like this. Totally indented it. I mean, and there's multiple. I mean, they're tiny, but like I think it's probably like a little kitten or something. I was like when it was in the bag, and so it didn't go too deeply into the comic book, but all that's there. We'll call this Exhibit A. And as if I grab the camera and pull it around, and I could show you, but just trust me, it's there as the thing. I think this is the next one that was the worst. Now, I will say all these were listed as near mint, because that's important. There's 2 indentations there. Again, it's gonna be kind of hard to see, but there are literally indentation, claw marks all across this cover, like all across it. Maybe if I don't know if that helps to be able to see it. I mean, there's like 3 like right there, and you can feel them. I mean, you can see them, but nah, I mean, like here, there's like 3 just like going like just down across it, or and there's some going this way. Like I'm telling you, like I think a dog would have done a lot more damage. I'm just assuming this was probably in a bag and a board, and some cat was like, "Oh, I play with you," and the plastic of the bag and board kept it from ripping. And like I said, I mean, I did my first video and I was showing these and I didn't even see it, because with the plastic over it, it really it throws a layer of gloss, and I was like, "Yeah, man, these look really great. This is awesome." I will get to the point where I reached out to the seller and sent some pictures in a proper light where you can see it. See, this one's good. This one's good. And I was basically like, man, dude, like you listed these books as near mint, and there are multiple, we'll call them non-color breaking creases, indentations. Maybe a pressing and a dry cleaning would help those, but I'm not spending money for a pressing and dry cleaning on a new modern book, especially when you listed it as near mint. And from the pictures on the thing, I went back, I will say, I think there could have been a little switcheroo because there was some damage on a book that you can see easily. And I went back and looked at the pictures, and you couldn't see it on the picture that was posted. Yeah, I mean, this one looks okay. So, like I said, I reached out to the seller and I sent him the pictures, and I was like, "Hey, man, like it's $14 for the lot and whatever. It's not really worth me to ship these back to you and whatever." And he gave me a discounted price. Um, uh, about 50%. And being that two of the four books looked pretty okay, and once again, I mean, the cover price on these was $4 a piece. Um, so buying them off the rack would have cost me $16. Now, if there was shipping. Um, so like where he, it wasn't an individual, it was a comic shop, and so he's like, look, I mean, we're buying in books all the time, and we're not necessarily pulling every book out and looking at it. And like I said, like in the bag, like they all look good, and I can see how they could have been like, yeah, they're near mint, until you see the indentations from a pet that played with it, which seems to be a running theme for me in 2024. Uh, this is the last book, and I really love this. If you're not familiar with the Red Goblin, I love the Red Goblin. Um, like, it's creepy. His bat flyer looks almost like a dragonfly skeleton on flames. I'm like, I totally dig that. So I picked this up for a couple bucks. Offer the seller a discounted deal, which he accepted, because I'm always going to do that. Like, and I'll say again, if you've not watched all my videos, and yes, you should be watching every single one of my videos. If a comic book is worth $100, don't send them an offer for $20. It makes you look like a beehole, and they're probably not going to respond. If it's something they've been sitting on and relisting it, and they want $100, maybe go like a little bit low. Say, hey, would you take 80? Take 83. And they counteroffer and say, oh, how about 90? And then you go, well, can we just agree on 85? Right? You just save $15. They sold a book. They agreed to it. But you did it in a respectful way, in the realm of possibility. Because the story remains the same. I don't care if they're asking $5 for it. I don't care if they're asking 5,000. I urge you to ask for deals. But once again, be respectful, be nice, don't be stupid. I mean, if it was a $5,000 book, maybe if I'd watched it and seen where it was like relisted and no one bid on it, depending on if they had like a best offer, I might offer 4,500. I mean, I know like, oh wow, $500 off, that's a lot, but you never know what their motivation is to sell a book. And at some point, if no one's biting on the $5,000, and you're like, hey man, here's 4,500, and I can pay immediately. And that's another tip that I would urge my subscribers. When I offer a deal to a seller, regardless of what it is. I'm like I can pay immediately. Not in a day, not in a week, immediately. You accept this offer, I'm going to PayPal, and boom, you've got the money. Because that's motivating to sellers. Because once again, like you don't know why they're selling the book, you don't know what situation they're in, and like to my example, $4,500 immediately might be appealing more than maybe I will get $5,000 eventually. But it's still, like I said, it's got to be in the realm of possibility. If somebody was selling a book for 5,000, I would not offer them three. I would not expect to hear from them. I would not even go as low as four. Chris might, but not me. So, Red Goblin. This is like an all black background. And I am not one about grading newer books. I don't see the need. This would, this could be a 10. Because I see absolutely nothing wrong with this book. It is perfect to my eyes. I don't see a crease. I don't see an indentation. I see nothing wrong with this book. But, like, I'm not going to spend the money. I mean, even like $99. Awesome. It's the case cost. Because, I mean, looking up what the value of this book is, like, even if it comes back a 9.9 or a 10, it's not like it's going to now be worth $1,000. So pretty much like, money to have it graded, the insurance and the shipping and blah, 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 like, it's like, it's not a win. And there's videos I've watched from guys that, like, shockingly, it took them a long time to learn that, like, the money you invest in a book is the money you need to recoup if you sell that book. So if you buy a book for $50 and say it's worth 100, and you're like, yeah, man, I'm doing good. I paid 50. It's worth 100. I'm gonna have this graded. Well, okay. So now you're gonna like ship it off. That costs you money. You're gonna have to pay insurance for them shipping it back to you because they don't want to lose out if something happens. You've got to pay the grading fees. If you're like, I'm going to have this pressed and dry cleaned, etc. And that costs you $50. Now you're $100 into the book that you bought for 50. So now if you sell it for 100, it's a wash. If you kept it raw and kept it safe in your collection, nothing's going to happen to it. You're still going to be this grade 10 years from now in my collection. I know how to store books. There's no windows in this room, so there is no ambient sunlight. I keep a dehumidifier running constantly, so there's low level moisture. How I store my books, I flip-flop them. Staple side this way, staple side this way, staple side this way, staple side this way. Because if you watch videos, the side where the staple's at is a little bit thicker. So if you continue to put books this way, where this side is thicker, you can get to where you start getting a U shape on your books. So if you start staggering them, it's equitable distance of where the staples are at, right? So again, 10 years from now, 15 years from now, I just go like over to my collection and slide this in. It is going to be in the same condition 10, 15 years from now. I don't need to get it, graded and encapsulated in a slab to go like, yes, it's a 9.8, it's a 9.9, it's 10. Because if it's that now, it is going to be that now, or in the future, 10, 15 years from now. If it turns out 10, 15 years from now, this book maybe is worth, say, $300. And I go, yeah, man, I spent $8 on it. Then the case cost of adding some money into it, and we're talking down the road, so we'll extrapolate. Say 15 years from now, it would cost me $100. Shipping, pressing, dry cleaning, the grading service. Now I'm at $105 into the book, but it's worth $300. That makes sense. But it doesn't make sense to do it now. But I love the Red Goblin. I love this cover. I love the reds and the fire and the black background. And like I said, this thing is pristine. It really is. It says it's a variant edition. I'm not even sure what year this came out. I just like the Red Goblin, and it's like something I stumbled upon. And like, you never know how you're gonna add books to your collection. You're just looking at stuff, and like eBay prompts you, like, you might dig this. And I was like, yes, I do totally dig this. And like, found it, and I was like, yeah, man, $5, $6, totally, man. I dig this. I love it. So I'm gonna let you go here. Check your books, man. Had I not, I would have lost some money just through not doing my due diligence and looking at them. So it's probably kind of good that my original video didn't work, because I was sad, and I'm like, I was like, so I'm going to look at my books and it's going to make me feel better. And I was like, what? There's like, I assume a cat, just because, the relationship of like one claw to another. I'm like, unless you're like the weeest dog in history, and of course they make little squirrel dogs and stuff. I was like, nah, this is some little feline that, speaking of animal destroyed books, Daniel Patterson, the owner of PGX, got a hold of me. It seems like my Puppy Destroyed variant, Witching Hour #1, should be shipping out soon, and I am definitely going to make a video when that happens. So hope everybody stays tuned, and enjoy comic books, enjoy comic book collecting. Everyone have a great evening, a great morning, a great day. And I will see you all soon. Peace out.